This message from the National Insurance Crime Bureau.
Milwaukee Black Talk lives here on 101.7 FM and 1510 AM, W269DL Milwaukee, and WGKB Waukesha, live from American Family Assurance Studios.
Great afternoon, Truth Nation. Welcome to the Grapevine. I am the legendary Homer Blow. Hold it down for our brother, Ray Nitty, who's in Poland, but can't stop communicating black to the States. Stop! Ray Nitty, enjoy the moment away. Enjoy the moment away. I'm not calling. I'm not checking in. I'm going to enjoy wherever I'm at. Y'all hear from me when I get black. I'm just saying. I don't know. DJ Brother Z, how are you? How do you feel about that? Like, you going to be calling, checking in?
Who?
Right.
What radio station?
Right. What club? Yeah. How about no? But Ray Diddy, I know he's air sick. You know what I'm saying? Being on the air sick. Okay.
I don't get it.
you know, you can get seasick, but if you're not here at the station, you get air sick. Okay. It could be a real thing for some people. Some people will be like, I got to get black. But welcome again. Follow us on our YouTube page at 1017 The Truth. We're on our way to 9,000 subscribers. You can also watch and like and follow the page on Facebook. So we're Facebook Live as well. So that way you can go there and be like, okay. You're going to learn today. So you can do it all. All at 1017 The Truth. And we welcome you. So, it's some people are excited about the Meta situation. Be like, yeah, $17.1 billion. A lot of people saying they're going to be rich. Well, have you got the breakdown of what's really going on? I just need you to understand the breakdown of what's really going on. Like, listen, in case you haven't done it for yourself, allow me to help you out. I'm going to play a clip with the Attorney General, who breaks it down. Now, I want people to understand it so much that I'm going to play. It's a 15-minute something clip, but I want to play at least the first 6 minutes of it because it will give you a greater idea of what this settlement from Meta means, because some people don't understand what it means. They hear it, they heard about it, but they don't understand exactly what it means. And I just need people to understand what it means and what does it mean for us. Are you getting ready to get a boatload of money? Are you the one be like, man, I'm rich now, Or do you got it twisted? So in this, and shout out to those who are checking in on YouTube and Facebook as well. But I want you to really, like I say, understand and get a understanding of what this means for the youth, what they are now obligated to do and all of that. And I want to let our Attorney General break that down. What the Meta settlement with what will Wisconsin gain? And he officially fields questions on this. So right now we're going to play this clip. I need at least 6 minutes of it. You'll understand why, because he really breaks it down. But the clip is actually, like I say, about 15 minutes long. So I'm going to have, and great afternoon to our producer, DJ Brother Z. Great afternoon, Brother Z. How you doing and feeling this afternoon?
What's up? I'm chilling.
All right, cool. All right, we're going to play this clip, and y'all check it out and find out what this settlement really means instead of hearing other people talking about, yeah, because it said we gon' no. Here's what it really breaks down to. And you can find the clip on Box 6 or whatever. But, yeah, just listen to it, and you'll get more information. Here we go.
Health. As a result of this settlement, Wisconsin is set to receive $219 million, and we could receive up to $313 million if certain industry conditions are met. Now, the next step is determining where the funding is going to be directed. What I'm going to be doing is everything I can to put these funds toward keeping kids safe in Wisconsin. Some potential examples of how these funds could be used include crisis intervention services, after-school programming, digital wellness, youth mental health programming, supporting the hiring of digital literacy counselors, and training for medical providers on interactive media use and body dysmorphia. And then last, they could also go to grants for school districts to support mental health. These numbers make this the largest big tech settlement in the history of the country. It's also the largest state consumer protection settlement ever, aside from those involving big tobacco, in a case where there's a single company that's settling. From my perspective, though, more important than the dollars we're talking about are the sweeping new safety measures for kids that Meta is going to be required to implement as a direct result of this settlement agreement. These changes are not only going to help reduce harms for our kids' mental health online, but I hope they can set a new standard for the entire industry so that kids who are using social media can stay safe and remain healthy as they're online. We want to see this agreement prompt other companies to make similar changes. Now, the changes that Meta is going to be required to implement are groundbreaking, and they go beyond anything previously ordered by a court. As Attorney General, public safety is my top priority, and keeping kids safe is of the utmost importance. The challenges that kids face today are fundamentally different than the safety challenges that I faced as a kid. When I was a kid, we would talk about, people would talk about looking both ways before you crossed the street. Now kids spend a lot of their time online. They are in a digital world, and making sure that we are taking actions to keep kids safe is fundamental to what we do at DOJ to protect public safety and is at the root of this agreement. So today, it takes a concerted effort from kids, but also their parents and their family members, from schools and from communities to prioritize real-world interactions and learning. And it takes just as robust an effort to protect kids from the threats that they face online. Threats that range from exploitation to sextortion to addiction and isolation, as well as mental health harms from addiction to social media. The world is changing rapidly, and it's part of Wisconsin DOJ's mission to meet this moment by combating the new threats that social media poses to our kids' mental health and to take those challenges head on. That's why I and a coalition of AGs from other states sued Meta Platforms in October 2023 following our multi-state investigation. In our lawsuit, we alleged that the company knowingly designed and deployed harmful features on Instagram and its other social media platforms that purposely addict children and teens. We've also alleged that Meta falsely assured the public that these features are safe and suitable for young users. Instead of taking steps to address those harms, we alleged that Meta concealed the extent of the psychological and health harms suffered by young users addicted to its platforms. Beyond this, the company is alleged to have known that young users, some under the age of 13, were active on the platforms and knowingly collected data from those users without parental consent. In addition to those allegations, our suit alleged that Meta targeted these young users and described that such a user base was, quote, valuable but untapped, unquote. Well, this settlement resolves those claims as well as other claims by other settling states and territories. So today, as part of this settlement with Wisconsin and the coalition, Meta has agreed to implement significant new kid safety features on Instagram and Facebook. As I said before, these are some transformative features that are in place. For those who are under 13, they are not supposed to be on these platforms, and there are going to be stronger age verification measures in place. For those between the ages of 13, from the ages of 13 to 17, this agreement will create a combined 2-hour daily limit for both Facebook and Instagram in total. There will be mandatory pauses at 15 minutes, 60 minutes, and 90 minutes. The goal of that is to help interrupt what my kids would refer to as doom scrolling online. There are also restrictions on nighttime access. Those will limit the hours when these platforms are available to kids. There are going to be limits on school time access as well. Specifically, there's going to be an elimination of push notifications during school hours. As I mentioned, there are going to be more robust age assurance measures, and there are going to be safer age-appropriate content controls in place, including stronger safeguards against bullying, content promoting eating disorders, and content related to suicide and self-harm. There are going to be stronger, more friendly, user-friendly parental controls in place as well, so parents are going to be able more easily to play a larger role in limiting their kids' use of these platforms. And there are going to be limits on.
Yeah. So again, that was our Attorney General call speaking on the Meta $17.1 billion settlement that it had to do, and Wisconsin joined that lawsuit. So we will be getting, I believe you said $14.6 million or something like that to work on some of those changes and stuff here. And again, to everybody on our YouTube page, Lucretia, great afternoon. Love you, appreciate you. Betty Lewis, great afternoon. Love you, appreciate you. LaRon Taylor, great afternoon. Love you, appreciate you. LaRon Taylor said, I'm not saying this is wrong, but it wipes away all accountability from the parents and how much time their kids spend on the internet. My friends' kids were not allowed devices until they were 15. I'll come back and give my truth on that opinion after we take care of some bills. The Truth call-in lines are open, 833-212-1017. Do you think that this does enough? And just understand, there was about another 9 minutes of that video. So there were more things that were discussed throughout the video, but I thought that the first 6 minutes could really bring it home and kind of give you the gist of some of the things that they're talking about doing and implementing. So, but I would encourage you to go to Fox 6 and just watch it or just Google Attorney General press conference on Meta, and I'm sure you'll be able to pull up this 15, close to 16-minute clip and watch it in its entirety. I would encourage you to do that. You're listening to The Grapevine on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth, broadcasting live from the American Family Insurance Studio in the heart of downtown at the Avenue. I am the legendary Homer Blow. I'll be black.
In Milwaukee County, equity means making sure everyone has a real chance to thrive. That's why the Milwaukee County Office of Equity works to help remove barriers, strengthen community connections, and support fair access to opportunities across Milwaukee County. Want to learn what they do, explore resources, or find ways to get involved? Just search Milwaukee County Office of Equity online. Milwaukee County Office of Equity, advancing equity for all Milwaukee County residents. For more information, search Milwaukee County Office of Equity online.
In the United States, a vehicle is stolen every 31 seconds, about as long as this message. Luckily, you can take a few easy steps to protect your car in the same amount of time. Remove your valuables, roll up your windows, don't leave your car running unattended, lock your doors, and take your keys or fob. If you have information about a crime, call the police. If you suspect insurance fraud, also call 800-TEL-NICB. A public service message from the National Insurance Crime Bureau.
I always had to be so good, no one could ignore me. Carve my path with data and drive. But some people only see who I am on paper. The paper ceiling, the limitations from degree screens to stereotypes that are holding back over 70 million stars. Workers skilled through alternative routes rather than a bachelor's degree. It's time for skills to speak for themselves. Find resources for breaking through barriers at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
In sitcoms, when someone has a problem, they just blurt it out and move on.
Well, I lost my job and my parakeet is missing. How was your day?
But the real world is different. Managing life's challenges can be overwhelming. So, what do? We get support. The Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council have mental health resources available for you at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. See how much further you can go when you take care of your mental health.
I'm Chris Jakomick. I served in the United States Air Force and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is my job is people, everyone is my business. But unfortunately in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jakomick, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide. My service never stops.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
And here's Heather with the weather.
Well, it's beautiful out there, sunny and 75, almost a little chilly in the shade. Now, let's get a read on the inside of your car. It is hot. You've only been parked a short time and it's already 99 degrees in there. Let's not leave children in the back seat while running errands. It only takes a few minutes for their body temperatures to rise, and that could be fatal.
Cars get hot, fast, and can be deadly. Never leave a child in a car. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Grapevine. Okay. Welcome back to the Grapevine on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth FM and the legendary Homer Blow. Before going to break, I had DJ Brother Z play this clip with the Attorney General call that was explaining this Meta settlement. You know, people were seeing the $17.1 billion and they're doing just like at the end of the Dave Chappelle show, I'm rich, you know, so everybody may be thinking that they're rich, but it's a breakdown in how this settlement will go and the amount that Wisconsin ended up receiving as it relates to Meta taking advantage of and even tracking our youth and their habits and addicting them, doing things that can addict you to their platforms. And let's see, Jasmine Jazz West, great afternoon. Love you, appreciate you. So I'd read LaRon Taylor's comment before going to break, saying, I'm not saying this is wrong, but it wipes away all accountability from the parents and how much time their kids spend on the internet. My friends' kids were not allowed devices until they were 15. Now, and then came Black to say the state will be getting money. Parents and kids won't get nothing. There is no we. Let me just say this, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, and I want to hear from y'all. 833-212-1017. That's the Truth call-in line. When you saying that you know the parents and kids won't get nothing. Listen, I ain't gonna say this too loud. I don't want y'all to end up, you know, I don't want nobody else hearing this. But if we got 40 acres and a mule, we give it all black. If they gave us, if they did end up saying, you know what, we gonna give y'all the money because we did all this bad stuff, right? And we gonna give you get money, you get money, you get money. It would all go black to the car dealerships. It'll go right black to the people that we are talking about are oppressing us, in my opinion. It would be spent. It would be just like I won the lottery and now I'm broke. I'm just, find a lie. Somebody please tell me. You know, I'm glad that they didn't give it to some of the parents of the kids. I'm saying the safeguards that they got, in my opinion, that our Attorney General Josh Call had ended up talking about, that will actually help some of us. And what do I mean by that? Because we know that there are some PWKs out there. So they're not going to end up trying to make sure that their children are not staying addicted to these platforms or whatnot. So they're going to have some safeguards. They're going to have some safeguards. And it's like, okay, so you ain't doing your job. Kind of goes back to what my question, you know what I'm saying? Why can't we? Why can't we, take responsibility instead of being forced into situations? I talk about this a lot. Now they're going to be forced in situations. Mama, it won't do this. Daddy, it won't do this. We're like, yeah, what's wrong with it? And now they're going to go to social media. What's wrong? They ain't listening to nothing that the Attorney General said of some of the new safeguards that are going to be implemented. They ain't listening to none of that. They're going to be mad and on social media complaining because, yeah, my son, and he can't, and it said at night it did this. And while he was at school, or she was at school, it's like some of y'all not doing it. Some of y'all not holding your youth accountable. You're not holding your kids accountable. So it creates that situation. So now they're taking the control away from you. It's just like with the bump outs and the speed bumps that are all over. What did y'all do to help the Toys R Us adults that are out here driving crazy and, knowing damn well that they should be trying to go see a chiropractor, but they trying to ride in these cars with the big old wheels on them. You can barely get up in it. You know you got black problems. So you steadily trying to do things that we would expect some of our young people to do, and you know damn well, well, you got black problems. Stop. Why are you trying to get these grills in your mouth? Why don't you just really go ahead and get your dentures or whatever the heck you need and be right? Why are you trying to wear Cartiers and you know damn well you can't see in the morning, in the afternoon, or at night? But you just want to wear them, not with the prescription lenses. You want to wear them as they came. Bump it into people in the club, bump it into people outside. So again, now when you don't end up participating in the process, sometimes this is what you get. So they're taking some of the complaints that they were getting from some of the parents and guardians and saying, okay, all right, how do we fix it? And so he began to name a list of things that are going to be implemented by Meta because of this winning of the lawsuit and receiving that $17.1 billion that didn't come to just Wisconsin. Wisconsin just joined the lawsuit. So we got like 14.6. Del Mack, great afternoon. Love you, appreciate you. Will D9 said, good afternoon. Love you, appreciate you. It also proves how much money Meta has, especially knowing how many states they're paying black. Parents also have to take some responsibility. Right, just like you got a remote that has parental control on it. How many of them use it? That's all I want to know. How many of them use it? It's so many things that has parental control on it that a lot of people are not using. And then they want to complain. How they going? It's billboards that get put up in our inner city that we know are inappropriate or detrimental to our community. We don't say a damn thing about it. You look at it, talk about, that's crazy. And we'll say it. Y'all see that billboard? But you're not doing the things that we have a right to do as citizens of this city to do. You can find out and tell your alderperson where that billboard is and why you have a problem with it. And they can end up doing some of the other homework of, okay, whose billboard is that? Who's responsible for that particular? They can do that part. But if you don't do nothing but just say, y'all seen that billboard on social media, and you think that's supposed to mean that they now have to take action, that's not how it works. So again, where we should have, in my opinion, parents and guardians taking these actions. If you don't, if your getaway is throwing your kid a tablet and giving them your phone, yeah, you're responsible, in my opinion, for some of the madness. Don't get mad if you ain't got parental control on your phone and you give it to a child or you give it to your youth son or daughter, and they end up going to all these other different sites that you have no clue about them. I'm trying to tell you, a lot of people that are just worried about Facebook, this is old to a lot of the youth out here. It's old. It's old. They got all kind of other apps that you have no idea You're like, what's that? You still trying to get familiar with Facebook and Instagram. They got whole other apps out here. Are you trying to get yourself familiar with what all of the little acronyms that they use? You know? What is POS? Point of sales to you, right? POS to you as a grown adult probably means point of sale. What does that mean to some of the youth out here? Parents over shoulder. So they're going to start typing some generic stuff. POS for them is parents over shoulder. So now you know to start changing your conversation. Whatever y'all was talking about, tone it down. Parents over shoulder, POS. So that's not point. Yes, it is. But I'm just telling you, they have their own code words to make sure that they can talk to each other. And a lot of parents and guardians don't have a clue that they talking about all kind of stuff that is inappropriate in your opinion. And that's just real. But I want to get your truth on this. How do you feel about this settlement? Do you think some of the changes, if you were able to hear that clip, it was a 6-minute long clip, so it's not as easy to say, I'm going to play it again. I ain't going to do that. But do you think that some of the things that he was talking about that they're going to be implementing is a good thing or a bad thing? You know, are you comfortable with what this settlement and some of the money will be used for here in Wisconsin per our Attorney General call? We got to get ready to take care of some bills. You're listening to the Grapevine on the award-winning 101.7 FM The Truth. I'm the legendary Homer Blow. I got to take care of some bills, and I'll be black.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says,
avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, honey bear.
'Cause remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
When a warrior faces adversity, he fights through it. He finds a way. Freedom isn't free. Rolling strong. Belief. Believe you can, and you will.
Wheelchairs for Warriors provides mobility solutions to veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Join the mission and visit wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We gotta make moves and make them early. Set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up and stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Pre-game to greater things.
Start building your retirement plan at thisispretirement.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
For 75 years, the Muscular Dystrophy Association's voices have thundered through the halls of Congress.
For 75 years, we've willed the impossible into existence.
For 75 years, the MDA community has pushed the science,
shifted the narrative, and established the field of neuromuscular medicine.
And until that day, when this is all a thing of the past,
you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.org.
Talking about guns with others might not always feel comfortable, but it could save a life. Here's a way to start a conversation. Your family is going over to your neighbor's home for dinner for the first time. How would you ask if there are any unlocked guns in the home?
Hey, we're so excited for tonight. Before we come over, though, may I ask if there are any unlocked guns in your home?
Our guns are stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access.
Awesome.
Learn how to have the conversation at agreetoagree.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Are your finances low? Your mindset off track? Or are you ready to get into real estate? Tune in to The Journey with Coach Erica every first and third Saturday from 11 a.m. to noon on 101.7 The Truth. It's all about mindset, money. I can't sing, but you know what I'm saying? I know the song. I get it. I played the song. Mindset, money, and real estate, helping you to take the next step towards building a better future. Again, that's The Journey with Coach Erica every first and third Saturday from 11 a.m. to noon on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. Make sure you tune in to that. Again, we going to need it. Like all of these, and money is, yeah. And we got all this money now from Meta, right? What we going to do with it? What kind of say do we have? I'd encourage you to listen to that track. LaRon said the tablet has become the babysitter, and because of the high price of daycare, a lot of people are just bringing their kids to work with them. So while they're cooking, the kids are on the device. They absolutely are. They absolutely are. And before you know it, they ain't stopped no viruses from being downloaded to your device or to your phone or tablet because you're not monitoring. It says click OK, and they may just click OK. And now you wonder what's wrong with your phone or your tablet or your laptop, whatever the case may be. And that is a big problem. But, you know, I'm happy that there are some actions now that are going to be put into place. But now if parents do their part, PWKs, especially y'all, in my opinion, do your part, then some of the issues that we having, you shouldn't have to worry about. You know, and if you just did your job and decided that I'm relinquishing being a PWK, I want to be a parent to my son, a parent to my daughter, a parent to my children, that's when we're going to get the big win. That's when we're going to get the big win because you would have already been on it. There are some parents, they already limit their children. They don't need Meta to do it. They don't need nobody else to do it. They're doing it on their own because, again, it's just something that we have to put our foot down on, and we have to make sure that we take the tablets and take the phones, and they're not on the phone all types of time at night and early morning when they should be asleep or when they should be doing homework and all of that kind of stuff. You have to monitor that. That's something a parent is supposed to monitor. And, well, you know, I do so many different things. But, again, do you want to end up having to go to school every other week because your child is acting up or the teacher needs to talk to you or you need to come speak to the principal? You know, because those are some of the alternatives. Now you got to take time off if you want to get your son or daughter black into the school. Say we can't bring them black in until we have a sit down with the parent or the guardian of that child. So one way or another, you're going to have to handle your business. I want to know, there was another situation, and since we are on our youth, Toreno Hayes, great afternoon. Love you, appreciate you. Welcome to the Grapevine. Look at all of the grapes coming in. Jasmine Jazz West said TV used to be the babysitter, and yes, now the tablet/phone is. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, when I go to this next story, I want to see from the parents now, from the parents, grandparents, aunties, uncles, and you got a favorite niece or nephew, or your favorite grandkids, or if it is your children, in Racine, there's a situation that took place, and I just wanted it to be, I didn't want it to be what I thought it was going to be. And Bailey Coleman already has an issue with Racine. Bailey Coleman goes hard.
Sherwin does too.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, he's always trying to sell Racine to, I guess, not the highest bidder, but the lowest bidder, I guess you could say.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's not looking for the highest bidder. He's looking for the lowest.
Wow. Yeah. Damn. So I guess him and Bailey need to team up because Bailey throws everybody from Racine to me. Be like, homie, them your cousins, them your people. And she has some not so kind words for Racine, but now to hear that Sherwin does too. All right. Yeah, maybe they should put on bonnets at the same time and do a show together. Yeah, that would be the win.
Hell no.
Listen. Okay, so this story, I'm going to have Xavier play the clip.
Xavier not here, Homer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's all right.
I'm going to have Brother Z. You know, it's the cranberry apple juice. I've been drinking it all day. I'm cranberry juiced out. So that's what it is. So, Brother Z, can you play this clip? And I want to know, as a parent or a guardian, I already know what a PWK going to do. I already know what the PWK is going to do. They going up there locked and loaded, right? But and I want to know if some parents, how you going up there? There was a Racine youth football player that was tripped by an adult from the opposing team. And, yeah, I want to find out, Brother Z, what you would do. I'm going to tell you what I would do. But first, so I'm going to hear what you say. Then I want to hear from Truth Nation. And then I'll tell people what I would do. Because, it comes in sections. So we're going to play this clip about this Racine youth football player that was tripped by an adult from the opposing team. When I heard that at first, Brother Z, I was thinking and I was praying that it wasn't a black person that did it. But I'll allow you to watch the clip like I watched the clip and be like, damn. I'll be damned.
Story tonight, people in Racine are calling for accountability after videos show a parent on an opposing youth football team aggressively trip a player during the game. Multiple cell phone videos were posted to social media showing the man tripping the kid. Adam Reif is here after talking to the coach of the player who was tripped. Adam.
Well, a lot of people who spent their lifetimes in the game say they'd never seen anything like this. A 10U football game that happened a few days ago between the Racine Eagles and the Milwaukee Colts. The video shows a Racine player running around the left end when a Milwaukee parent steps out onto the field and trips him to the ground. Here's the video. Seen in black jerseys, Milwaukee and white. Watch the left side of your screen. That parent in the yellow hat coming out onto the field. Here it is again, violently tripping that player. There's the close-up. He trips the player so violently they both fall to the ground. Racine coach Channing Schultz was on vacation when this happened, but he said parents blew up his phone immediately after the incident, telling him the Milwaukee parent walked up and left the game. Schultz said the player is a tough kid and was okay after being tripped. Now tonight, Schultz told us what he felt when he saw that video.
I was filled with anger. It was disgusting. It was the most cowardly act I've ever seen. For him to just do it with so much intent, and he was committed, and there's no words can fix that at all.
Now, tonight I reached out to a phone number that's listed for the Milwaukee Colts youth football program. The person who answered told me the adult that tripped the player is not a coach, and that person, quote, was removed from the game and the remainder of the season. They also told me that parent is in custody. Now, we've reached out to the Racine County District Attorney's Office and the Mount Pleasant Police Department, that's the jurisdiction where the game was held, to ask them for more information. Racine coach Schultz says his team wants answers because they are scheduled to play the Colts again in 2 weeks. He said he's never forfeited a game before, but he wants to make sure his players are safe. Jessup.
CBS 58 News Report. Truth Nation, what you doing? What are you doing if that is your son and somebody associated with the other team it comes out, a grown-ass man now, and trips him? I mean, do you know how easy it is to get an injury? And yeah, what would you do? How would you handle that? 833-212-1017, or you can leave your comment on the YouTube page or Facebook Live. How would you have handled that if you would have been at that game and you saw that happen? How would you have handled that situation? I want to find out from DJ Brother Z if he...
You're not going to jail. You're going to prison.
Time to play the game.
Enough said. Enough said. Enough said. Triple H. Yeah. You're not going to jail. You're going to prison. Yeah. LaRon Taylor said that's assault. The parent should be. The Undertaker. I'm a WWE fanatic, so all this is just, heavenly to me. But 833-212-1017. Ladies, I want to know what you would do. Fathers, I want to know what you would do. Uncle or auntie, if you were at the game, what would you do? How would you have dealt with that situation? But LaRon Taylor said that's assault. The parent should be charged. The parent and his kid or kids should be banned from youth sports until high school. Lucretia said hands, feet, body slams, etc. LaRon said, you don't do anything. There's no point in you catching a case, too. Physical retaliation is all they expect from us. That's all they think we know. Civil case. Okay. Okay, I'm going to the truth lines, 833-212-1017. James, great afternoon. Welcome to the Grapevine. You saw that video clip. How would you have handled that at that very moment, watching a grown-ass man trip your son?
Well, I'd have been the hardest thing for me to explain to officer how this man kept tripping and falling on my fist.
Okay.
That's the only thing. I'm like, is he drunk? Because he keeps falling up against my fist. And I'm just standing here.
Mm-hmm. I get it.
That's what has been happening. Because a 10-year-old boy, and this is a grown man.
Right.
Do you understand? Hey, even if he wasn't my son, I'm sorry, but that's a little kid.
Right.
That don't make no sense. You a grown man and some little kids. He should be banned. They should have this picture at all youth football.
Absolutely, I agree.
All youth football game season, they should have him posted up and let him feel the embarrassment.
Yeah. Yeah, because that was crazy and uncalled for. Uncalled for.
Yep. Every field, they should have his picture up at every youth football field with his picture up. He's not allowed to this stadium or nothing. If they see him in the car, hey, he out in the car watching.
Mm-hmm.
Let me know that we know he there.
That's right. That's right. I agree with you, James.
Give him one of them, like how they do at the football stadiums. You get in some trouble, they ban you for life.
Yep.
Ban him for life.
Yep. Or like at a Bucks game, they give you that card, or in the NBA in general, they give you that card. You're going to learn today. We got to get ready to take care of some bills. I still want to know, Troop Nation, if you saw the video clip of a grown-ass man tripping one of the players on the other team, that kind of frustration. Yeah, of course he needs to go to jail or prison. Well, he need to go to jail. He needs something happen. Something needs to happen. But I think physical punishment would be involved as well. And I'll take my chance with the jury on that. But you don't listen. We got to take care of some bills. You're listening to the Grapevine on the award-winning 101.7 FM. We're broadcasting live from the American Family Insurance Studio in the heart of downtown at the Avenue. I'll be black.
Milwaukee business owners, this is your moment. Every Friday at 8 a.m., call in to 101.7 The Truth for What the Business Is. Tell us what your business is, where you're located, and one thing you've learned along the way. What the Business is powered by We Energies, delivering the energy that powers local business. Fridays at 8 a.m. on 101.7 The Truth. Fridays at 8 a.m. on 101.7 The Truth.
There's a little time left in the summer, and there's still so much to get involved in as we end the summer safe. Milwaukee youth ages 12 to 18 can tap into free safe summer sites, activities, food, music, sports, creative experiences, and free youth events happening all across the city. There's something to do, somewhere to go, and something new happening every week. Visit tapinmke.com. That's tapinmke.com. Milwaukee, let's end the summer safe and start the school year right.
Wherever there's a need in our communities, there's a united way, improving lives so everyone can thrive. Where more people can gain access to healthcare and nutritious food for their tables. Where more community members can benefit from financial education and get connected to local resources for housing support. And where children are given more chances to reach their full potential. Community is where we find our strength and where we share our hope. United is the way. Visit unitedway.org.
Are people around me safe when I vape? Science does not support that belief. Exhaled vape emissions linger in the air, affecting indoor air quality and bystanders in the same space through secondhand exposure. Vaping emissions can also accumulate on clothes, hair, dust, and furniture, leading to exposure risks to bystanders of all ages. And vaping around a pregnant person can lead to serious health impacts on fetal and childhood development. Enough with the puff. Learn more at ul.org/vaping.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds.
Learning new things comes with age.
My mom, she started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Whoop that trick. Whoop that trick. Whoop that trick.
What?
Whoop that trick.
I like it.
Whoop that trick. Listen.
FAFO.
That part, I'm telling you all the time, all day, every day.
You trip too? Right.
And yeah, you know. But Homer, that's not a good example. Listen.
I don't care.
That part, brother, see?
You put yo paws, yo dirty feet on mine.
That's it. That's it.
I got to handle you.
Yep. Del Max said, yeah, I might just have to take that arrest that day on our YouTube page. Anita Nicole, great afternoon. Love you. Appreciate you. Welcome to the Grapevine. Got a lot of grapes in there. But yeah, like, yeah. How would you have handled it? For those of you who say, well, you know what? Well, I would have just called the police. Where you at? Break down your logic. I want to hear from you. For those of you who, you would have took that case, be like, you know what? I'm going to let the jury watch the video. Be like, I want a jury trial. I want y'all to watch this video. And I'm going to have my lawyers say, look, I need you to imagine if this was your son or daughter. And watch that. Yeah. And be like, let that man go. Let that man go. Dismiss this case. Just let it go. Because it's crazy. Will D9 said, I'm wondering where were the other fathers out there? Even if that wasn't my kid, I would have done something. I'm not buying he wasn't a coach, because how did he get so close to those kids to trip one? Well, it's always going to be disassociating the person all of a sudden. Nope, didn't do it. Just like the letter. Nope, that wasn't from us. The list wasn't from us. But yeah, okay. But you were trying to mean this. So, yeah, how it was interpreted, yeah, that's important. But he was associated, in my opinion, because they said the opposing team. So obviously he was on the side of the other team, and I guess they were losing. But whatever it was, it don't give you a right to go out there and interfere, because now that's what this child thinks you're supposed to be able to do. Like, stop it. He hit don't put your son in football then. Don't put your son in the sport if you don't understand that they have full contact out there. And some of those children are bigger than others. And it might look menacing to you, but again, you put your child in there and you got to understand it. That's how the game goes. But for you to come out and interfere, yeah, it would have been a whole lot of dirt flying out there. I'm just telling you, grass, chunks of grass would have been going everywhere. Yeah, talking about tackle, yeah, all that would have happened. All that would have happened. They would have had a player, not player, with injuries on the field. And they would have had to call the game anyway. You don't do that. You don't do that. You don't do that. Just because you're upset and frustrated, these kids are in this game. They understand, that there's going to be some hard hits or tackles, whatever the case may be. And if you let them get involved in that, you should have explained all of that. Sometimes I'm going to have to sit here and watch you go through some things and I'll be like, ooh, because you got to think, even for the mothers, I could see, and it's not right either way, if a mother probably would have ran out there and called themselves chastising the child that may have tackled their son. Don't you do that, you know what I'm saying? But for this brother to, lose his temper and control like that, that just wasn't cool. That wasn't cool. And I am wondering, like, was it other fathers out there and why nobody stepped in to get at dude? Because I would have went out there and been like, man, what the hell are you doing? And it would have been a whole situation. It would have been a whole situation. I'm just trying to tell you. But we got so many things that are going on with our with grown people now, grown people and young children being involved. Another crazy situation. Again, still talking about with children now, right? Man accused of running from crash, leaving a 1-year-old child in the car while fleeing Glendale police. Yeah. A 1-year-old child was injured after a pursuit and subsequent crash in the city of Glendale early Thursday morning, August 27th. Police say squads attempted to stop a driver with a felony warrant in the 6400 block of North Lake Drive just before 3 a.m. The driver refused to stop, according to officials, and a pursuit was terminated after officers lost sight of the suspect. The police department says shortly after, squads were notified of a rollover crash involving the suspect vehicle near North Boyd Way and East Portage Road. The suspect ran from the scene, according to police, and officers then found a 1-year-old child inside the car. The child was taken to an area hospital with minor injuries. 1 year old. One. Officers arrested the suspect, a 32-year-old Kenosha man, near North Boyd Way and East Calumet Road, with the help of a police K-9 officer. Several other police departments, authorities say charges of flee/eluding and first-degree recklessly endangering safety, child neglect, and resisting/obstructing an officer will be referred to the Milwaukee County District Attorney's Office. One. And had some injuries. They're saying they're minor, but had some injuries. I don't. This stuff don't make sense to me. Like, just the lack of care and concern. You got a 1-year-old. I mean, that's time out. Yeah, I can't just, and you had crashed and it rolled over? and you were only concerned about getting yourself out of the vehicle and running away? I mean, you really got to think about that. Like, it was a rollover crash. I don't know if the 1-year-old was his child, nephew, niece. Because it doesn't say the sex of the child. But you ran from the scene. And they caught you, but they found a 1-year-old and this child, a child inside that car that's rolled over. Again, because the police department says shortly after they had terminated the pursuit, they were notified of a rollover crash. You know how easy it would have been to break that child's neck? Or for the child to just flew out of the vehicle. Anything. But you ran and left. So I can't respect people like that. I cannot. I cannot. And I think these people should be charged to the fullest extent. You know? Will D9 said lemon pepper steppers should have been over his head. Del Max said, Bailey said Kenosha people is crazy. I thought it was Racine. It's Racine, I think. Her and Sherwin, they have a real bad thing with Racine. I ain't got no problem with Racine. I ain't got no smoke. I know there's a lot of crazy stuff that happened, but I ain't got no smoke. That part. We got to get ready to take care of some bills. Want to get your thoughts on that. Running and leaving your 1-year-old, like I say, whether it's your child or not, the baby is 1. You had to get your ass out the car yourself, and you just gonna leave the baby in the car? And I'm sure if the police said the baby had minor injuries, that you had to see that something wasn't right with the baby, and you just gonna leave the baby and run? Yeah. We got to get ready to take care of some bills. And before we go into our second hour, you're listening to The Grapevine on the award-winning 101.7 FM The Truth. I'm the legendary Homer Blow. I'll be black.
Milwaukee Public School families, the first day of school is Tuesday, September 1st, and there's still time to enroll. MPS offers programs to fit every learner, including bilingual, Montessori, special education, and more. All MPS students receive free breakfast and lunch. Enroll today at milwaukeepublicsschools.org/enrollment. Or visit MPS Student Services at 5225 West Vliet Street, Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Thank you for choosing MPS.
Reading aloud to children sharpens their listening skills, expands their vocabularies, and nurtures a lifelong love of reading. That's why Reading is Fundamental, the nation's leading children's literacy nonprofit, offers free monthly read-alouds by popular authors through its Rally to Read program. Visit rallytoread.org to watch the read-alouds and discover exciting reading activities for school and home. Visit rallytoread.org today.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
When I met both of them, it was like my missing pieces were found. Like it was just like an instant, these are my kids. If you're considering adopting a teen, just do it. Kids need families. I don't care the age, everybody deserves a family.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
For 250 years, our armed forces have bravely served America. Wounded Warrior Project honors that legacy by supporting post-9/11 service members and veterans like Anthony, a Marine who was injured by a roadside bomb in Afghanistan.
They carried me through my injuries, not just my physical, but my mental. And seeing other vets doing the same thing helped me tell myself, hey, you can do this.
Join us in honoring warriors at woundedwarriorproject.org/America.
Milwaukee Black Talk lives here on 101.7 FM and 1510 AM, W269DL Milwaukee, and WGKB Waukesha, live from American Family Assurance Studios.
Looking to discover and support local businesses in our community? Then make sure you tune in every Friday at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time to Truth in the Morning with the legendary Home Blow and Bailey Coleman for What the Business Is, powered by We Energies. Each week, you'll hear from local business owners as they share what their business is, where they're located, and one valuable lesson they've learned along the way. We Energies is proud to help power local businesses and the communities they serve. Don't miss What the Business Is every Friday at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, only on Truth in the Morning with the legendary Home Blow and Bailey Coleman. It's powered by We Energies, delivering the energy that powers local business. Welcome back to the Grapevine. Some of these people would be dropped off of the Grapevine and squashed if they done something like that. If I seen somebody trip my son like that, yeah, that would be a squash grape. Yeah, turn them into wine or whatever you want to do. But what you not going to do is trip my son, my nephew, grandson or something. Nah, you ain't doing none of that. And I'm going to sit back and just take it. Just call the police, Homer. Okay. Yep. Now, I will wait for the police. I'll wait until they get there. Be like, yep, I did it. Mm-hmm. Yep, I did. And to this person that ran off and left a 1-year-old after taking police on a high-speed pursuit, and they terminated the chase. He kept going. They end up getting a call saying that it's crashed. It's a rollover crash. And it happens to be that it was a suspect who jumped out, ran, and left a 1-year-old in the car that had to be taken to the hospital with minor injuries. So you get your grown ass, 32-year-old grown ass out of the vehicle and lead a 1-year-old baby. You know, yes, I'm not giving passes. I'm not giving passes for that. Sometimes I wish I was a judge. I'd handle a lot of these issues that I think we go through. I'd handle them. And this stuff gets even crazier. This, in my opinion, Fifth Court, I would say this was a white woman that did this. But 2 Milwaukee police officers were bitten by a dog early Wednesday morning while taking a woman into custody, the department said. The attack happened just before 4 a.m. along 5th Court. The area is just southeast of 6th and Rosedale on the city's south side. According to police, officers responded to a trespassing call in the area. While officers were trying to arrest the 25-year-old woman, police said the woman told her dogs to attack the officers. 2 officers, a 36-year-old and a 27-year-old, were bitten. Police said the officers utilized non-lethal options to stop the attack. It's not clear what those options were. The dog ran away after the attack. Medics took the injured officers to a hospital to get checked out. The department said both are now recovering at home. I love, my fur baby. He's deceased, old age, whatever. He's deceased. But I'm just trying to tell you, if you would have sicked your dogs on me, yeah. Mm-hmm. Law enforcement or not, you'd have been making arrangements.
you'd have been trying to get paw prints to remember. You know, you'd have been trying to get paw prints to remember. You'd have been like, they didn't have to, you know, all that. They didn't have to do that. They didn't have to do this. It's like, is this what we doing for real? Is this what we doing? Yeah, no. Non-lethal, that's interesting. Brother Z, you okay in there?
Something just got dropped off for you.
Yeah, they ain't having it. Yeah. What? Better call in at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow morning. And like, this what we doing? Like, no. Oh, no. What we not going to do, I'm just saying, you know, I know the event, man. No. 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, Friday morning. You let everybody know, along with all the other events and things that are going on. Boy, I tell you. But yeah, that was a crazy situation with law enforcement. Them dogs would have been gone. It was dogs too. Like, you know, had a dog to attack the officer. Like, come on now, that dog would have been out of there. Would have been out of there. You know, non-lethal. Nope. And the dog got to run away so the dog could attack somebody else. Hell no. Hell no. You better get them paw prints ready so you can remember. And remember, it's your damn fault. Remember, it's your fault. You literally told those dogs to attack the officers. Yeah. I hope that she learns the hard way of the things that you don't do, things you shouldn't do. I'm just trying to tell you. I guarantee you. Let's see. LaRon Taylor said Thiensville cops would have shot those dogs. Hell, Homer Blow. If I would have been a law enforcement officer, no, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. Nope. You gonna learn that day. Barbara, great afternoon. Love you. Appreciate you. I ain't putting up with that. I'm not putting up with that. Xavier wouldn't have done it this morning. He talked about dogs. He don't like, you know, he don't have much of it. He does have a dog. He has a dog, so he'd probably be sentimental about it. But Brother Z, if you released your dog and told him to attack because you were being arrested because you were trespassing, would you sick your dog on law enforcement? And do you expect it to survive?
Yeah, no, probably not. Not the smartest idea.
Yeah. So I'm telling you, I haven't seen a picture of her because she hasn't been charged yet, but I'm pretty sure that it's probably a person that doesn't look like me. Yeah, I don't think so. I think our dogs would have been put down. But they should have put that dog down too. They should have put that dog down. You know, and it attacked. Oh yeah, it's out of here. So I guess I couldn't be a law enforcement officer because I'm not going to try to mace it. I'm stopping imminent danger. You are attacking me and my partner. You going down. You going down, and that's just it. No, ain't none of that. How would you have handled that attack? That's a poll. If someone, you know, you ain't even got to be law enforcement, but if someone purposely sent their, you know, you in their yard, they telling you, hey, get out of our yard or whatever the case may be, and they sick their dog on you and tell them to attack you, are you going to handle that in a nonviolent way? I don't know. What would Jazz Tyler do? I'm trying to figure out what she would do. Like, if somebody sick him, get her. I don't know. Jazz Tyler seems like she has that nonviolent spirit. Now I know old Jazz Tyler, I'd have been on and cracking. But what would new Jazz Tyler be? You know, Jazz, I see you in there lurking, prepping. What would you do? What would you do if?
You know, Homer, I think I'm going to have to mix the old and new Jazz Tyler together. That dog got to go.
Yeah.
That got to go. Down goes the dog.
Yeah, because you sick. The lady sick the dog on the officers. Yeah, that dog will be out of there. Thank you. If I can get that out of Jazz Tyler, then I pretty much know what the rest of Truth Nation would be saying. Peter would have been protesting. Will D9 said Peter would have been protesting. Listen, Peter, PETA, everybody could have protested. Look at the injuries that these officers got. So you ain't going to protest the injuries? Yeah, but he shouldn't have been trying to lock her up. Listen. Man, please. I'm just trying to tell you. I ain't going. So don't let me be a law enforcement officer. I'm not. Because them dogs or that dog would have not been here anymore. And you attacked my partner too? Oh, hell no. Yep. Non-lethal. What if it was a Cujo type dog and still wouldn't have tried to stop? No. Mojo Brook be like, unhand me. I'm just saying that dog would have had to get put down. I just wouldn't have took that. I wouldn't have took it. So we got a lot of crazy things that's happening with, again, a man, 32 years old, with a warrant. Police try to stop him. They terminate the pursuit. He keeps on speeding. He crashes. The car rolls over. He jumps out and runs, leaves a 1-year-old in the car. What the hell? Then you got a football game in Racine, and some man, which they are saying was with the opposing team, with the other team, ends up and goes out and violently trips one of the little young football players. These were kids. I'm like, what? Yeah, I don't know. And I try to be rational. But certain things like that, yeah, that would take me off my square. Let's see. Somebody said, I heard that the parents confronted him after it happened and he had a weapon. Raider for life. Dre, okay. Listen, I'd have been like, I'm going to get you sucking. Yeah, he'd have went down. And he had a weapon at a kid's football game. Oh, he in all kind of violations. Yeah. I got to get ready to take care of some bills. I'll be black. I'm just frustrated with all of this stuff happening with our children. And it was a black man that tripped that little boy, that football player in Racine. A black. We'll be black in a moment.
Educators Credit Union is more than a place to manage your money. They're where your financial possibilities take shape. They're more than transactions. They're conversations about your financial goals. More than numbers, they're community advocates who support free, local events that are accessible to all. They foster community because we are stronger together. Educators Credit Union is people helping people. Become a member at ECU.com. Insured by NCUA. Membership eligibility required.
There's a little time left in the summer and there's still so much to get involved in as we end the summer safe. Milwaukee youth ages 12 to 18 can tap into free safe summer sites, activities, food, music, sports, creative experiences, and free youth events happening all across the city. There's something to do, somewhere to go, and something new happening every week. Visit tapinmke.com to see what's happening near you. That's tapinmke.com. Milwaukee, let's end the summer safe and start the school year right.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
In sitcoms,
When someone has a problem, they just blurt it out and move on.
Well, I lost my job and my parakeet is missing. How was your day?
But the real world is different. Managing life's challenges can be overwhelming. So, what do? We get support. The Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council have mental health resources available for you at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. See how much further you can go when you take care of your mental health.
For 250 years, our armed forces have bravely served America. Wounded Warrior Project honors that legacy by supporting post-9/11 service members and veterans like Anthony, a Marine who was injured by a roadside bomb in Afghanistan.
They carried me through my injuries, my not just my physical, but my mental. And seeing other vets doing the same thing helped me tell myself, hey, you can do this.
Join us in honoring warriors at woundedwarriorproject.org/America.
In the United States, a vehicle is stolen every 31 seconds, about as long as this message. Luckily, you can take a few easy steps to protect your car in the same amount of time. Remove your valuables, roll up your windows, don't leave your car running unattended, lock your doors, and take your keys or fob. If you have information about a crime, call the police. If you suspect insurance fraud, also call 800-TEL-NICB. A public service message from the National Insurance Crime Bureau.
Welcome back to the Grapevine. Listen, Orange Man is on his tantrum run again. Now, from Lake Ontario to Lake America. Like, what
do you mean by that?
The Orange Man signs the order to rename Lake Ontario amid the trade war with Canada to Lake America. Like,
are you out of your damn mind?
He is.
Okay, so that's how it's gonna be. Y'all want to play.
He's absolutely playing in our faces, and there's still so many people that are like supporting him. Like, no, that they should name. Stop it. This is showing kid behavior. I mean, just throughout this whole second term, he's just throwing tantrums. And when he throws tantrums, I'll do this, I'll do that. You know, this is America, though. I think in the end, it just really shows us that this is America. Because for people to still try to stay and support him, and they know damn well that a lot of these things and decisions that he's making you would be hollering if it was anybody else other than him doing it. You would be complaining. You can't do that. You this, you that. But he's doing it, and it's a lot of people that are still supporting him, and that's why he continues to throw tantrums, in my opinion. He just throws tantrums. You said what? Well, I'm going to do this. Like, get out of here. Like, for real. Like, I don't understand how so many people are blinded, except the only explanation is this is America. This is America. This is how they want it to be. They don't have a problem with him taking away DEI. They don't have a problem with him removing statues of African Americans, black people that are very important to this country. Very important in our history, which should still be just history in general. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Anytime he just gets mad, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And he's throwing every challenge he can. And he's losing some, but he's winning a lot. He's winning a lot. When does it end? Like, when do people say, you know, enough is enough? Okay, we tried to ride with you, but nah, you doing too much. Because these people are cutting off their nose to spite their own face. you're being affected by all of this stuff as well. We're going to go to the Truth call-in line at 833-212-1017. Security Mike, great afternoon. Welcome to the Grapevine. What's your truth?
Well, how's it going? Legendary flow.
Bless.
Oh, man, it's just like, because now he's into it with Canada.
Right.
And those tariffs are going to affect the auto industry because I think we use we get their engines or something.
Yep.
And,
wood, everything.
Like,
all kind of stuff. Lumber, yeah.
Yeah, we've turned into a racist country, man. And, they cutting off what you said about despite their noses and that.
Mm-hmm.
As long as they hating us and things will be bad for us, that 33% don't care. He gonna keep that what he brought out the closet. He's gonna keep that 30 to 33%. Now we just gotta hope the rest. We gotta stay together. I mean, a lot of blacks voted for this guy. I don't care if you don't like the Democrats or not. We all got to stick together and vote Democrat to get these guys up out of here. But he's not going to go easy.
Mm-hmm.
Something's going to go down, midterms and in 28. Man's not going to go easy because he know he's in big trouble once he isn't president anymore.
Yeah, like real talk, and it's sad. Like I say, that just that blind faith is just. So even though the federal cuts that's being made to all of these different things, they're not just affecting black people. Some of these people are acting like it's just going to affect the black people. It's just going to affect them. Now, this is affecting a lot of people unless you're extremely wealthy. If you're extremely wealthy, you're going along with it, right? Well, yeah, we appreciate that. But the haves and the have-nots. And some people don't understand that it's a lot more white people that are have-nots too. They act like it's just black people. A lot of white have-nots as well. I'm telling you, we didn't invent trailer parks, in my opinion. So when you look at some of these encampments and all of that kind of stuff, it's not a bunch of us that are in those kind of encampments. Nope. But they still blindly, just give him time. Time to do what? Continue to destroy what they say America is? I said it even before when the Orange Man was in the first time I went. I said, when was America great for black people? When? Please call in and let me know. When was America great for black people? Yeah, crickets. I'll wait. So who? I mean, come on, they didn't want us to do this. They didn't want us to do that. They didn't want to do this. They didn't want to do that. But yet, we were good enough to nourish your children. But we're not good enough to be human beings. And that's just the reality of it. Like, you got to really look at it deep just like that. And to all of the Republicans that know damn well that these things, like, if you have any type of spirit or soul, and some of these black Republicans really mess me up. It's like, bro, do you realize that you are a non-factor too? They really think we's in the big house. We's in the big house. When I see some of them on some of the news channels or whatnot, well, what he's doing is stop it, dude. Stop it. Your mother probably hates you and you don't get along with any of your siblings because of this madness. I'm just saying, like, this is just really crazy. 833-212-1017. Where is this blind support? What do y'all think it is? What do you think that can make a person? It's like some Jim Jones stuff. Jonestown, like, come on, like, for real, like, what are we doing? Nobody's trying to stand up, and then you're going to listen to somebody that follows every word, even here in Wisconsin. He is supporting everything that orange man says, period. But there's going to be some people that will continue to cut off their nose to spite their face. As long as it's not a black person, this is crazy. Laurent said, who else has a CEO like Mike Lindell, damn near lose every cent he had in a good company like MyPillow, just threw it all away for the orange man? Facts. I used to see all of MyPillow commercials all the time. And his blind faith, I'm just trying to tell you. Laurent said the white tee don't care about have-nots. You don't ever hear them saying we all need to come together. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. They try to get us to understand why, well, it's not so bad for you people. Even saying that, they don't feel like they just said something disrespectful. I mean, you people have EBT. You know, y'all use that more than we do. Well, you get free lunch in school. So does little Tommy. The hell are you talking about? Sally is getting free lunch too. I got to take care of some bills. Just thinking about how, in my opinion, ignorant some people are, that they know it's not right, but they just still ride with it. Y'all should take some notes from OTF Jam. He said, what I'm not going to do is go to prison for Lil Durk. He talked about all of the dirt. He said all the business. He's like, I'm not going black to prison. I'm not going black to prison. What else y'all need? What's the deal? Holla at me. I got the layout. You're listening to The Grapevine on the award-winning 101.7 FM, The Truth, inside the American Family Insurance Studio. In the heart of downtown at the Avenue, I'm the legendary Homer Blow. I'll be black.
At Milwaukee College Prep, we believe brilliance lives in every child. Here, students are challenged, supported, and celebrated every single day. With small class sizes, dedicated teachers, and a proven track record of academic excellence, MCP is helping Milwaukee kids reach their fullest potential. Enrollment is still open for grades K-3 through 8. Apply today. Give your child a school where they'll thrive. Visit mkuprep.com or call today. Milwaukee College Prep, brilliance lives here.
Are you tired of the constant maintenance costs, chasing rent payments, and handling tenant issues? Stop doing it all yourself. At Odom Investments and Property Management, we take the stress out of property ownership. From rent collection and maintenance coordination to tenant communication and investor-focused management, we handle the details so you can focus on growing your portfolio. Call 1-855-ODOM-WAY. That's 1-855-636-6929 or visit odomhomes.com today.
I always had to be so good, no one could ignore me. Carve my path with data and drive. But some people only see who I am on paper. The paper ceiling, the limitations from degree screens to stereotypes that are holding back over 70 million stars. Workers skilled through alternative routes, rather than a bachelor's degree. It's time for skills to speak for themselves. Find resources for breaking through barriers at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
I'm Chris Jakomick. I served in the United States Air Force and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is my job is people, everyone is my business. But unfortunately in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jakomick, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide. My service never stops.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
And here's Heather with the weather.
Well, it's beautiful out there, sunny and 75, almost a little chilly in the shade. Now, let's get a read on the inside of your car. It is hot. You've only been parked a short time and it's already 99 degrees in there. Let's not leave children in the back seat while running errands. It only takes a few minutes for their body temperatures to rise, and that could be fatal.
Cars get hot, fast, and can be deadly. Never leave a child in a car. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat. Black Eyed Peas star and iconic producer will.i.am is now leaning into the tech world. He's founder and CEO of FYI.ai, a productivity and communication tool he designed for creators. Recently, will.i.am sat down with Bloomberg's Michelle Hussein and spoke to her about his longtime love of tech and what got him interested in artificial intelligence to begin with.
I like any type of tool, whether it's a synthesizer, a keyboard, a traditional piano. But then when I got my hands on my MacBook and Pro Tools, that's when I was transfixed. That's when I was like, wow, what is this world? And that aha is what made me interested in AI. Like, wow, if I'm typing into the computer and out comes images or sound, eventually I'm gonna talk to the computer.
That's will.i.am on a recent episode of The Michelle Hussein Show. Catch the full conversation now at Bloomberg.com/videos or listen on your favorite podcast platform. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
Welcome back to the Grapevine. I'm the legendary Home of Blow. Don't forget, coming up at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, we tap in with Jazz Tyler. And, of course, that's my girl. I love and appreciate her so much. And just to, continue to watch her growth and to be able to not be afraid to venture into other areas. That's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. That's my girl. You're going to always hear me big up in Jazz Tyler. I'm just saying, you're going to learn today. You're going to learn today. Talking about the Orange Man, let's see. Will D9 said when gas prices are $4.20 a gallon and one person is causing it, yeah, we have a problem. Hashtag that part, hashtag facts. LaRon said, not long ago, everybody, and I mean everybody, loved Rudy Giuliani. Look what happened to him because of the Orange Man on TV with paint running all down the side of his face. That part, it's like everything he touches. And if you make him mad, this is why I talk about the tantrums. If you make him mad, now you are a target. You just been put on the list.
Oh, you rap?
Good one. I caught that, Brother Z. You've been put on the list. Listen, anybody, we got to, he said, I said, you've been put on the list. He said, oh, you rap. I'm from Milwaukee, born and raised, so yeah, I guess I'm on the list. I wonder if Jazz ever uses any of her material, from her hip hop career. Do you ever play any of it? Have you?
In the shower, in my car. No, because a lot of people don't even know. Like, I talk about it, but they don't know that Jazz. I would have to reintroduce her.
Well, I mean, we when we have other guests come on, we play something, even if it was one of their hits from back in the day. We play it, don't we? To introduce them. Like some of y'all, playing. Like, I'm just saying, I allow you to reintroduce yourself.
Oh.
And whether you go black into it or not, but I'm just saying, you had stuff that I was able to play on WNOV, you know what I'm saying? And as well as Blow Radio, I'm just saying.
I think I'm just trying to keep her tucked away. But I hear you, Homer. You know what? And that makes sense. I think we may play She Jazzy today.
Right.
Yeah.
You get where I'm going?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, listen, it's a part of you, it's a part of you. And we can't let that go. We cannot let that go. Let's see. Another situation. Keep your eye out. I don't know where this, what were you about to say, Brother Z?
She ain't no better than these other people. She ain't got no clean versions, Homer.
You know what?
Recorded in 2009.
Yeah. You quick, though, Brother Z. You know what I'm saying? You on the fly. You can handle it. You can end up making your own edit, can't you? That was a jam, too. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but I got to depend on having my computer to depend on my stems.
You sound like the Orange Man. All of these depends. Stealth.
Pew, pew, pun gun.
That's it. All right, but back to a more serious situation. I hope that this man is caught soon. Christopher Taper. And some of you have probably been hearing about it, but when there was an 11-year-old that ended up dying, right? And the story says, left him alone to die. Man ditched his girlfriend's 11-year-old son, bleeding from a gunshot wound, and never called 911, police said. And that person, police in Milwaukee, are looking for a man who allegedly left an 11-year-old boy alone after the boy shot himself in the head. Christopher Taper, 44, was charged with neglecting a child with a consequence of death after police said he was in charge of watching the 11-year-old Samir Hurd, the son of his longtime girlfriend, Jamie Campbell. In an interview with local Fox affiliate, Campbell says she had just left for work a little after 9 p.m. on August 17th when she got a frantic call from Taper, who reportedly told her that Samir had shot himself. According to a criminal complaint reviewed by Law and Crime, Campbell called her sister at 9:37 p.m. and asked her to head over to her house. When Campbell's sister arrived, she was shocked that there was no emergency vehicles or police cars at the home. Police said it appeared that nobody called 911. Campbell's sister called 911 when she got to the house and told first responders what Taper allegedly told Campbell. Officers and emergency responders arrived at 9:44 p.m. and found Samir unconscious and not breathing on the floor of the living room. They attempted life-saving measures, but the boy was pronounced dead at the scene. He had a single gunshot wound in the middle of his forehead, and a Taurus G3 9mm handgun was found near his feet. Police said Taper left the residence and left Samir to die alone without calling 911. He did not answer his phone. Campbell's sister told police that she could not believe that Taper left him to die alone. Christopher Taper had been dating Campbell for 6 years and was living with her. Campbell often left Samir in Taper's care when she went to her third shift job. When police spoke to Campbell, she said she knew Taper was a convicted felon who sometimes carried a gun. She told police he kept the gun in a black book bag. Campbell's sister told police at the scene that Taper was unemployed and sells drugs to make money. According to the complaint, Taper has an open case from 2023 and is charged with possession with intent to deliver THC, possession with intent to deliver fentanyl, and possession with intent to deliver methamphetamine. Taper is charged with neglect of a child resulting in death, felony possession of a firearm, and 2 counts of bail jumping. In her interview with WITI Fox 6 Local, Campbell begged Taper to turn himself in to police, saying, "You have to do the right thing. If you love us and you love my baby." The post left him alone. The post said, "Left him alone to die. Man ditched girlfriend's 11-year-old son bleeding from a gunshot wound and never called 911." That there's a special place for individuals who do things like that. Didn't even call 911. I hope that he is caught soon. You know, I hope that he is caught soon because, again, it's these type of situations that we end up dealing with so often. And that's why I say she had all of the wrong elements in her home. She knew that he was a convicted felon. She knew that he kept a gun. She knew that he was selling dope. And yeah, now here you are, unfortunately, having to beg for him to turn himself in. This is a crazy situation. And unfortunately, Truth Nation, is not an uncommon situation. Do some people feel like they need love or companionship that bad? That you know that you are putting yourself as well as your children or family in jeopardy, and still you do it consciously? She was able to run off everything that he was doing. Yes, he had a gun in the house. This boy shot himself in the middle of the forehead. And I don't know. Listen, maybe it's just me, but I got some other questions. Like, he just held it center mass to his forehead. I just have questions. That sounds like something that you do if you point a gun at somebody and you hold it against their head. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. We have to do better. I'm at least happy that she's telling him to turn himself in, that she gave law enforcement all of the information that she had about him and the history with her and him. Because a lot of people just they make excuses. They act like, oh, no, it was, he did that, and knowing damn well that it was a person that they were involved with, or them being negligent with this firearm. Do people really use the gun locks? And let's take that quick poll as we go to break. Because the city and a lot of these organizations give out these gun locks. And I've read a lot of criminal complaints, Brother Z, that said that when they go in and they find these guns, the gun lock is just laying there. You know what I'm saying? Or it's not being used. Do you believe that all of these gun locks that are being handed out, are people really using them? Because I can't tell with the children finding the guns and all of that. I don't know. I know that we should be. Are people having lock boxes? I think people are so used to trying to be on the ready. Like, nope, I'm not putting this in no lock box. Nope, I'm not putting no gun lock on it. But people are dying. Your kids are dying. Your nieces, nephews. They're killing other people because they're just infatuated with the gun, and you ain't taught them no gun safety. Somebody said they want to hear Jazz Tyler's music. They want to hear Jazzy's music. I'm going to start a campaign. I think Brother Z can make it. Brother Z, you have Serato, correct?
Not with me right now.
I ain't saying right now.
Oh, but yes, I do.
Okay, so you can take that song and on your own time create a radio edit, right? I'm putting you on the spot.
Yeah, I can, but Jazz says she can edit it at the school tomorrow.
Well, one of y'all going to edit it, damn it, and I want to hear it. All right? She's Jazzy. I'm just saying. You're going to learn today. You're listening to The Grapevine. I'm the legendary Home of Blow, just talking about this tragic situation, and the man never called 911. Like, okay, call 911. That boy didn't stand a chance. I'll be black.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
When a warrior faces adversity, he fights through it. He finds a way. Freedom isn't free. Rolling strong. Belief. Believe you can, and you will.
Wheelchairs for Warriors provides mobility solutions to veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Join the mission and visit wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We gotta make moves and make them early. Set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up and stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Pre-game to greater things.
Start building your retirement plan at thisispretirement.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
For 75 years, the Muscular Dystrophy Association's voices have thundered through the halls of Congress.
For 75 years, we've willed the impossible into existence.
For 75 years, the MDA community has pushed the science,
shifted the narrative, and established the field of neuromuscular medicine.
And until that day, when this is all a thing of the past,
you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.org.
Talking about guns with others might not always feel comfortable, but it could save a life. Here's a way to start a conversation. Your family is going over to your neighbor's home for dinner for the first time. How would you ask if there are any unlocked guns in the home?
Hey, we're so excited for tonight. Before we come over, though, may I ask if there are any unlocked guns in your home?
Our guns are stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access.
Awesome.
Learn how to have the conversation at agreetoagree.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Wherever there's a need in our communities, there's a United Way. Improving lives so everyone can thrive. Where more people can gain access to health care and nutritious food for their tables. Where more community members can benefit from financial education and get connected to local resources for housing support. And where children are given more chances to reach their full potential. Community is where we find our strength and where we share our hope. United is the way. Visit unitedway.org.
Welcome, Black. It's the Grapevine, the legendary home of Blow on the award-winning 101.7 FM. Listen, don't forget, coming up at 4 p.m., we will tap in with Jazz Tyler. And sometime tomorrow at the latest, we're going to get to hear she's jazzy. I'm just saying. But not an all call. She makes her own edit, or we can get DJ Brother Z to make an edit. You know what I'm saying? That way you can play all those songs at the garage. They're edited. But the poll on our YouTube page, do you own a gun and use a gun lock? And I just need you to be real with it, because I think a lot of people accept the gun locks, but they're not using them. They're not using them. I just don't. I've seen people with gun locks. The package just sitting there, unopened. Like, they get ready to try to put it on a bike. It's crazy. And if you choose not to use a gun lock, why? Let me know. Because we see how gun violence is affecting our community, whether it's accidental things happening in the house or whatever the case may be. Why? What is your reason for not? I think if you talk to some people, they'll be like, no, I got to be ready. You got to stay ready. You got to stay ready because, these people come up on you and you got to be ready. And I can't afford to try to unlock the gun lock and all of that kind of stuff. Just keep it real. What is it? But vote in the poll. Do you own a gun and use a gun lock? And call in and let me know why or why not. 833-212-1017. What is it? Because, again, when I keep saying that we have to change the narrative, we have to be the change that we need, you got kids in the house. Some of these people are acting like they live by themselves. I read that criminal complaint with the double homicide that happened in the studio on 31st and Cameron. And it was an AK in that studio, AK Draco. It was 9mm 40 cal. It was like 5 guns in that studio. And the person who is charged with the alleged murder of Lil Shiesty and Funny Money, listen, the one that came, and from the criminal complaint, it seems like he came to the studio because he had beef with somebody of something that happened at a family gathering. So he came in with a weapon himself. There were people that were, when I was talking about it, they were like, why would you have a gun at a studio? I said, bro, stop. If you don't know, like, this is a different generation. I know that back in the day, you can go to the studio and you ain't got to worry about all that, but you have to be ready to have a contact high because they're going to be smoking. Some people are going to get drunk because they're going to have liquor there. They're going to invite some women that ain't got nothing to do with recording to the studio with them. And it's going to be guns. It's going to be guns. There was like I say, 4 or 5 guns inside that studio. And the guy, Kelvin Harris, said that he was pushed or they pulled a gun on him and took his gun. This is in the criminal complaint, which is a public record. So, you ain't got to just take my word. But it was real deep. But then some of the things that he was saying didn't make sense because there was some contradictions in the way that he talked about the story. But he did call 911. He didn't stay on the scene, but he did call 911. But then he ditched the gun in a river. And he allegedly told them where they could find his gun. But there were parts of his story that just didn't match up to the scene of the double homicide. And so he's charged with, first degree reckless homicide, 2 counts. And these shootings seem like they were very intentional and focused, like, just where the injuries were. Yeah, he had something to prove, in my opinion. That's just my thoughts on that. But, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this trial plays out. He's claiming that it was self-defense because they took his gun, and then he tried to take it black. And when he took his gun black, he took one of their guns and ended up shooting both of them. So it's going to be a serious and crazy situation that's going to play out. On this, again, do you own a gun? Because that's why when I said, why can't we, you know what I'm saying, do something about the gun violence that is happening in our community? Why can't we? This is another sign of it. But he came to that studio kind of like on something. It's also kind of like the man that was killed at the exotic smoke shop on Appleton and Congress here in Milwaukee, and the details that's inside that criminal complaint. So these criminal complaints be, even the girl, 18-year-old road rage driver that shot and killed that woman, her situation, and she lying saying one thing, but it was a person that was in the car with her that told the truth, and then she had to come back around and tell the truth. One day, I will read some of these criminal complaints because we just need a better understanding of, like, what the hell were they thinking? Why did they do that? What did they say provoked them to, do this or do that? And what some of the witnesses end up saying in these situations is something that you really need to hear. So I'll see how I can kind of tone them down because they describe everything. They give the autopsy reports on all of that. So, yeah, it can be quite deep. So I'd have to amended. I've read criminal complaints on the truth before, but yeah, you have to really get ready for it. You have to really get ready. Like DJ Brother Z is getting ready to say blow. It's about time to go. She's Jazzy. She's up next with Tap In with Jazz Tyler. I like the fire of Jazz. She has a fire about herself. This woman is on fire. Jazz, I love you. I'm about to sign out. You can tune in What the Business Is tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time with the legendary Home of Blow and my girl, Bailey Coleman. Right now, about to set it on fire. Jazz Tyler. Tap In every Monday through Friday from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. If nobody has told you that they love you today, I want to let you know that I love you. And I want you to please have a safe and nonviolent remainder of the afternoon, evening, night, early morning. And hopefully the things we have to talk about in the near future won't have to be within our minute degrees of separation. Do they use a gun lock, Brother Z, or not? Yes or no? Do they use gun locks? Yes or no?
No, they don't.
And this is why we are in the situations we are in my opinion. All right, people. Love you. I'm up out of here for now. Peace.